level. You better believe it. Oh, Coventry City are heading to Wembley.
Hello guys, welcome back to That Cov Pod. I am live in Bratislava. Unfortunately, Coventry didn't really turn up yesterday, losing 3-0 to Ipswich Town. Our first defeat of the season by more than one goal, only our second defeat of the season. Jig, you were there. What was it like in person at Portman Road?
It wasn't too bad. It's my first time at Portman Road, and I did quite like the ground, to be honest. It's proper old school. But I thought we controlled it for large portions in that first half. It took a while to get going. I think the Hurst booking on Thomas on about 15 minutes kick-started us a bit. We had a few chances. One that stood out for me was Tesla Hayden's header. I know Eccles, don't get me wrong, Eccles' shot, save, superb, and then Mason Clark followed up and the keeper tipped it over. We had a few chances in that first half. It looked like we were in the ascendants to score. But Kessler Hayden's header, it was just a free header. And from it was right, we were right behind it. And you see the keeper had followed the cross, and there's just a big gaping hole. And you think, no, just head it back across goal. A bit like Eccles is the other week, where you just like head it back across goal. And he just got far too much on it and he just headed it wide and over. And I thought, that's a very good chance, that is.
He had so long, by the way, to watch that cross come in. It was such a perfect cross, and he was in the right position. And
Yeah.
that was a massive chance. You are right. Go on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That. And then when we didn't take any of them chances, I don't think we played bad. I think we were controlling it. Their fans were turning on them. You could hear them starting to moan. They were just aimlessly passing it loosely back to us because they were panicking because we were putting the pressure on them. But we just didn't get the goal in that period. And when we didn't get that goal, they got a foot back into it. They put a bit of pressure on. What was it, 40 minutes? I can't remember what time the first goal was now. But just before that, I think it was just before that, Hurst's gone through. So Eccles gets booked for this kicking the ball away. And then Hurst goes through. The ref blows his whistle. Everyone stops. You can see the linesman's there with his flag up, out of frustration, because he was rattled at the time. I think Thomas had him rattled. Out of frustration, he's gone through and he's blasted it. And you think, that's a booking. It's a guaranteed booking. Should have been sent off. The ref has completely bottled it. Again, I thought he was poor. Yesterday, the ref. We'll get into that, I'm sure. But that would have been. Don't get me wrong. I know we don't want to be relying on going down to 10 men every week, but it's a definite yellow, and he was already on a yellow, so he should have been off for it.
It's that thing, isn't it, where it's a good place to start. The level for a second yellow card, you have to almost get an orange for it to be a second yellow. It has to be a really serious incident. It's not the same as a first yellow, and I don't think that should be the rules, but it seems like that's how they have to interpret it, and that's the way the refs kind of go about it. John, it felt like that was a big turning point in the game, and Lampard spoke about it afterwards as well.
Yeah, it's a funny one, isn't it? It's like a time-sensitive thing, that second yellow for kicking the ball away. However, if you take your shirt off and score a goal, you're gone. So, yeah, it poor refereeing again for the first goal. Not sure it's a free kick that Mason Clark gives away, but I agree with Jig. I mean, their fans were definitely turning on them. They couldn't seem to get out. I think the first 15 was kind of even. Then after that, we started turning the screw. And we pinned them into their half, really. We were winning every second ball, and we did create chances. Keeper made some great saves throughout, to be fair to him. But that was a good save from Josh. KKH, another frustrating day at the office from my perspective on him. I think he's a good player. We've seen it at Preston, how good he was. Obviously, he was decent at Villa. Villa fans were surprised he left. I just think he hasn't had enough minutes. Very culpable for that first goal, definitely. 50-50, way too weak. Free kick given, wasn't a free kick. 50-50 breaks down. He doesn't get hold of the ball. Put a big enough tackle in for me. Bit of a pinball around the box, and then again, I think Rushwood should do better on the strike. I don't think it's banging the corner. I don't think it's got lots of pace on it either.
I think it comes through a lot of bodies, doesn't it? I think
yeah,
he might have
if
saw it
you
late.
look at it, Jig, I think it looks like it does, but it doesn't. It comes through a fairly straight channel. Yeah. But I thought Cov were good first half. I thought that was a sucker punch at the death there. But again, yeah, I thought they were good. I thought the fans were in good voice as well, and I thought we were showing enough.
Yeah.
And then we'll get into the second half.
It was
Yeah.
just there was a moment just before that where it's bounced, and you think if Sims wins that header, it's like in the middle of the park. We're all out, and that was it. Nil. Just before the Kessler Hayden 50-50 that he didn't go in for as well. So there was two parts of that first goal where we had chances to clear it, chances to really go for it, get stuck in. They were both 50-50s, and both of them bottled it.
Well, if we refer back, Jig, to the Charlton goal, again, there was 3 phases there. There were several phases again on this where we didn't clear our lines or didn't win that first initial block or header or tackle. And again, the warning signs have been there for a result like this for a few weeks. I think 3-0 is very, very unfair. I think something like 2-1 would have been fairer. 2-0 maybe at a push. But I think the warning signs have been there. Lesser sides have been opening us up like consistently week in, week out. 2 at home to West Brom, 2 at home to Charlton. And they've had us under the cosh. So the surprise for me is not going there and getting a defeat. I think the crucial thing now is the reaction, and the reaction of going up to Preston and them rolling into the weekend. These are the telling moments for me. You have to run the line and do yesterday and just go, all right, fair enough. We came out to play. You look at the second goal, we're trying to play a much higher line because we're trying to get back into the game. We get caught with a straight ball over the top, which again has happened quite a few times this season. There was a warning before that with Herso where he had a similar opportunity and didn't take it. Sorry,
John.
Yeah, the third's the third, isn't it? But I think we've been scoring our way out of niggly little issues. We're giving up a lot of chances, but you've got to remember as well. Hadji Wright on the bench, BTA out, Torp out, Sakamoto out. We definitely missed Torp and Sakamoto. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But that's the best part of 30 goals missing yesterday. And we were quite blunt up front. I thought Ellis did okay up front first half. He actually cushioned a couple of nice headers into people. But I needed more out of him movement-wise. I needed him to get on the ball, turn and go at people. I needed him to get in the channels. I needed him to turn the side around a bit more. And we just weren't doing it. I felt like we were a little bit slow in the middle of the park. Redoni's clearly not up to speed yet, but has to play. And Josh got caught a couple of times. So in that middle of the park, when you're not fully firing, it's problematic. We weren't quite finding them key balls. So the final third let us down big time yesterday.
Yeah, I thought we were lacking energy in parts. I think that's because we were missing some of those key attackers. If you look at BTA, always full of energy. Sakamoto the same. We just looked a bit not sluggish. I don't know. It's a bit harsh. I said we didn't turn up in the intro to this pod. I think that's too harsh as well, by the way. I don't think we wanted Kane Casada on the right wing a couple of weeks back, didn't we, with Redoni and the Tendrig? And I don't think it quite worked for him in terms of it's a tough game, obviously Ipswich away, but he didn't offer too much defensive protection either, I don't think, in terms of that right side.
No, and there wasn't any overlapping really. Where you see when Sakamoto's out there with Van Eyck, sorry.
There we go.
There we go.
Here he is. He's a bit topsy-turvy with that one.
Yeah, I got pulled up on it again, didn't I? But yeah, when them two are playing together, he overlaps him all the time. So Sakamoto has, I don't know, the ability to hold it up. Defenders can't get a tackle in, and then Van Eyck will run around the outside. He'll slip it back to him. He'll be able to get across in. There was no real overlapping yesterday. There wasn't really much going on down that right side. But just back onto your forwards, I think when you look at our forward yesterday in Sims is an in the box kind of goal scorer. We've always said it, in and around that 6-yard box. Hurst, the whole game, he looked like he was playing on the shoulder of our centre halves. All he wanted was a ball over the top to run onto, and I don't know how we didn't see that, or maybe we did see it and we couldn't stop it for that second goal.
The second one's weird though, because they're playing a high line, which I completely understand, but they're playing a high line where they're like 5 yards inside the Ipswich half, and Hurst has just stood on the halfway line.
He's just turned and ran. Yeah. He's got that momentum. He's already got the pace. The two centre halves are a bit flat-footed, facing forward, and he's already dropped the shoulder to turn and run. So he's already got an extra yard of pace on him.
But if you're playing a high line like that, you've got to just do it on the halfway line, because at least then you know where the striker can be offside and where he can't, whereas he was in behind them before the ball was even played.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, let's have a look at the breakdown in the middle of the park before, though. The ball over the top's a decent ball over the top, but what happened was, did the ball break down? Was there a 50-50? I can't remember how Ipswich turned over possession to capture that at that higher line. Obviously, you're gambling at that point. But yeah,
it was
still plenty
Nunes
of time left in the game, wasn't there?
Yeah, I know it was. Excuse me, it was Nunes who played the pass, wasn't it?
We were
right.
pushing.
It was a cross in from Rodoni and just cleared away, and it just went straight to Nunes, who put it on his left foot and put it over the top. So it wasn't. It was a ball into the box that didn't work out, and we got counter-attacked on, and the ball was in the net within about 6 seconds.
Yeah. It was well, there was a warning before that, though, weren't there, with Hurst, where he had that other chance that Rushwood saved. So the signs were there second half. I thought they kind of started coming into the game a lot more. Well, obviously they come out after that bonus goal that they got before the first half. That bit where another key moment though for me, I thought Bobby Thomas got forward quite well yesterday again, was winning stuff in the box, lovely 1-2 on the edge of the box.
His distribution was poor yesterday.
His distribution was poor from the back, yeah, but I'm talking about when he got into them kind of higher areas. You think about when the keeper handled outside the box, Eccles' free kick was as good a ball as you can put in.
Yeah.
He's on the back stick. He has to score there for me.
I thought Thomas was pretty poor yesterday. And even for the third goal, I thought he was out of position where they played it through down his side. I know we were completely stretched and the third goal doesn't really matter. But I just thought I thought he struggled to deal with Hurst's runs in particular. I think once Hurst hadn't been sent off, I think our players almost, I don't know, they seemed to struggle to deal with the fact he hadn't been sent off, and we lost a bit of composure.
I think you're right. Yeah, because everyone was on the ref's back after that, which rightly so, they should have been. But
it's happened.
The ref's not going to change his mind, so you can't think that he should have been off. He's not off. He's still on the pitch. So get on with it. But yeah, I mean, there's that moment, and then there's the keeper handling it outside the box, purposely handling it outside the box as well. I know it wasn't a goal scoring opportunity. I don't know if that's why he wasn't sent off. I don't know is that why. But yeah, I don't know. There's a couple of times where you think, I don't know. I feel like the ref spoiled the game a bit.
Premier League ref, isn't he?
Paul Tierney. We're in a group chat, aren't we, John, with a guy called Paul Tierney, and everyone was going, Tierney's this, Tierney's that, and then he just pipes up going, "What have I done, lads?" Not you, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can rely too much on ref made mistakes. You're going to get refs like that. The refs are not good enough at this level, and that's why I was surprised by him, because I've always thought, there's got to be levels in the game, right? He's stepped down into this league for this particular match, but you got to get back to the chances. Bobby Thomas said at the back post, Mason Clark, that chance that they had after the second, he had a chance at the near post, and he's just dragged it weakly wide. And then I had a text.
I thought it was in.
No, it was actually quite wide, to be fair. And
I'm like, it was,
always go across the keeper from that angle. But I had a text off a mate of mine who's like, "Is it me, or does Mason Clark never look fully fit?" Like, he makes a good point, and I don't like going at Mason Clark. I'm always like, he just looked a bit tired and lethargic, and it's that thing again. And being someone who's, I did sports science at university, we always look at stuff like that. I like dropping that one in. We always look at stuff like that. Where
you got a degree? What was it? 2-2?
Oh, Des, mate, yeah, turned up, picked it up. I think you look at things like that though, and you're like, do we need 7 days? Every time people have loads more time to prepare, they seem to it doesn't always work out like that. The science isn't always correct. Had we had a game midweek and then rolled into that, it could be a different thing. But we looked a bit lethargic. We looked a bit tired at times, I thought, in the final third, certainly breaking out. But again, that was a tired finish. So there were chances there.
He's a different type of, I will say, for F, I think he's a different type of winger. He's so strong. Like, he's not electrically quick. He's not going to strip his man, but he's so strong and holding the ball up in a different way, and he almost beats his man through strength and a bit of skill as well.
But he puts you on the back foot straight away. As soon as you get the ball, people seem to back off. When people get into him, he can fade in games if they get on him.
I think there's a lot of pressure on him at the minute because he's our only fit out and out winger.
Yeah, true.
And then he had to go on the right, which was just never going to work, and we know that doesn't work when Hadji came on, right?
Yeah.
Hadji came on right. I like that. Is that his new name?
I like that you call him F as well, Simon.
Yeah. That's why I shout at the games in the telly, so I have to call it him on the podcast as well.
Oh, F off, will you?
F off.
Wait, what about that keeper save though from Radoni? That's a tremendous save.
He was good all
another
game,
very
wasn't he?
good save. Yeah,
Man of the match for them, probably.
I don't know. I thought their centre half, Kipre.
Yeah.
He didn't lose a header all
He's a
game.
monster, isn't
What's his first name?
Cedric
Ford.
Okay.
That's shocking, man. You got to forgive me for that. It's 7:30 in the morning on a Sunday. That is shocking.
I think they just had a good spine. I think when you look at the spine, their keeper was good. Their centre half was commanding. I thought Nunes was busy as well all game, and I thought Hurst worked very hard, tirelessly up front as well. He runs non-stop.
They've got plenty, mate. They're a parachute club. There's enough there. You looked at what they were bringing off the bench, whatever in it. You know what I mean? I said last week on the pod, I was like, didn't fancy us, thought we were going to lose. Then I changed at the last minute just to try and be positive. But to be honest, I didn't fancy us down there. I thought maybe if we could get a point, especially looking at the last few performances, you know. But there was one point where in the second half, I don't know if you saw it, where Grimes was really chasing back into the centre half positions to collect a ball. He fed it to Kitch, and then he started stretching his hamstrings out straight away.
Yeah,
I thought he was running at such pace. I thought his hamstrings are going to go here. And I thought,
he looked like he limped a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, you could feel it kind of catching up with a few players there. You know, and it's like whenever I feel sorry for Grimes. He's that good that whenever we don't play well, everyone's like, well, you know, Grimes hasn't started well. And it's like, well, hasn't he? I think you have to break down and have a look at the game itself. That's the level of how good he is. But when that happened there for a moment, I was like, oh dear.
I think I
don't think it was Grimes yesterday at all. I thought he done well in there. No, yeah. I just think it's very unlucky. I think we didn't get the rub of the green really in and around their box when it was bouncing around nothing fell to any of our players. It was all falling to them. Nothing really went our way. That second booking didn't go our way. Our chances, the keeper made saves. Nothing really happened. It was just one of them.
You're right. You think about it, right? Sending off for them, yeah, definitely. Let's not dwell on that. Great save from the keeper from Eccles. KKH has got a score. Great save from the keeper from Radoni. Bobby Thomas at the back post should score. Mason Clark should do better from where there's 5 chances when we've not really played that well. But one of the key things that there is none of those chances fell to Sims. Sims was, and I don't know if it was, I felt sorry for him yesterday because I couldn't get him in the game. He was just nowhere. And then we'll get on to Senor Wright in a second. Go on, Simon.
What was I going to say? The keeper played brilliantly for Ipswich, and the key moments happened in both boxes for them, really, didn't they? Key moments in terms of deciding the game. They were a bit more clinical in front of goal, and we weren't. Yeah. I was just going back to the point you made about the subs they brought on. Their squad is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. It's why everyone had them as favourites to win the league before the ball was kicked. They brought on Cahoust, who they've got on loan from Napoli, Jack Clark, who was Sunderland's Player of the Year the season they nearly got promoted, Sammy Schmodix, who's been top scorer in this league 2 years ago, and a guy called Azon. The subs they didn't bring on, Chuba Akpom didn't come on. He was top scorer in the Championship the season we got to the playoff final. Casey McAteer, they just signed from Leicester for 12 million quid. And Jacob Greaves, who's a centre-back, who they signed for 20 million quid from Hull. And Ashley Young, by the way. They're the subs they didn't bring on.
Yeah, and that shows how thin we are because we put 2 goalkeepers on the bench.
And the subs we didn't bring on, Bidwell, Brow, Latibodier, Varney, Wilson and Wolfenden. We had no attacking change outside Hadji.
A positive though. I thought Andrews looked quite comfortable on the ball.
I thought he was good.
Yeah, I thought he was good.
I thought he stepped up and did really well there. The other point I was going to make is the ref. Before the yellow card Hurst incident that didn't happen, do you know Josh had the ball in midfield and he went down for a free kick, and I thought it was a clear free kick. Jig, I don't know what you thought about it, if you can remember it. And the ref didn't give it. But if he didn't give it, it's a dive and it's a second yellow card. But he didn't give that, and this was literally a minute before the second Hurst yellow card. And I thought, has he bottled both decisions there?
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't recall that.
Because Eccles went down, and I thought that's a definite foul, and the ref didn't give it. He waved it away, and I'm like, well, that's a yellow card then. And Josh had already been booked.
I remember it. It looked a bit weak that he went down. I don't think he dived,
Okay.
but I think he didn't like throw his arms up. He just went down and then looked round to the ref for a foul, and then it broke.
He's becoming a goal threat, though, isn't he, Josh? I mean, like the two things with Josh, he's definitely becoming more of a goal threat. He's more confident in his strike, but it's like in that role on the half turn or that pivot, as people like to call it now, one of like the pivot and the low block and all these new key terms. But when he's in the hole and he's on the half turn, he's turning out, or we break the lines and he's there. He just needs to be a bit quicker. He got caught a couple of times on the ball yesterday. And that's where he can just slightly improve his game. When we breaking like that, get it out your feet, let's go. And I felt we got caught a few times in the middle of the party today. Rodoni I can forgive because he's rusty. But again, it's more another positive. It's more minutes in the tank for him to try and get up to speed.
His strike on his left foot, on his weak foot, it was fantastic. First time, got it out. Lovely. That Thomas back heel as well. Where did that come from?
Yeah. nearly got through, didn't it? Nearly got through to his kitchen, I think.
Yeah, I felt they were a bit relaxed. They were a bit too relaxed at the back, maybe yesterday. I definitely agree with Jig. I mean, the distribution out from the back was pretty shocking.
I think Rushworth was quite bad as well. He booted it out again a few times, just out for throw-ins. And the throw-ins, Van Eyck's throw-ins
didn't win. Oh, he didn't win one first phase off a throw-in.
No, but a lot he couldn't get a good run up, could he? He was struggling. The pitch is that tight there. I don't think he could get enough momentum to get a good throw in. He got a couple in.
Did you see what the keeper did?
A lot of them weren't beating the first man.
The keeper in the first two times he did it was stood basically on the 10 yards out of his goal, just being like, I'm going to come and catch this. And he did, I think, on one or two occasions. And after that, Milan was aiming his throw-ins further and further out, so the keeper couldn't come and get them, and they were getting worse and worse.
Yeah, that's when you need to switch it up and go, and then just quickly break short.
Yeah, I wanted to talk a bit more about Milan rather than just throw-ins because I got his stats up. I thought he was poor, to be honest. Yesterday, 0 out of 2 successful dribbles, 0 out of 2 accurate crosses, 0 out of 4 long balls, dispossessed 3 times, 2 tackles, 1 clearance, 1 interception, 7 recoveries, 2 out of 8 ground duels won. And no aerial duels he went up for. Yeah. But I thought he was getting done in by Philogene a lot of the time.
I didn't think he was great, but I didn't think Philogene ran it either. I didn't feel like Philogene was the threat he normally can be. But again, going back to what Jig says, it is a tight, it's not, I don't know what the width of that pitch is, but it's a tight ground. I think that's the key thing. And when you feel like you're kind of penned in, you feel like there's less width. That's why I was kind of like, just Frank change the formation in and go to the 3. Bring the Wolf on back at his old den. And then, I thought you might have done that but again, you got to look at the width of the pitch. I don't know. It was an odd game, but there were chances in it. Again, it's like that defeat was coming at some point, and it's there. And you're like, yeah, you can forgive that. They're top side. Look at the squad that we've just talked about. The bench, unbelievable. Frustrating, though. There was 5 very good opportunities for us.
Yeah, there was a few times when Van Eyck would have 5 yards head start on Philogene. You think that's it. You've opened your body, run down the wing. And especially in the first half, we noticed it quite a lot. And he didn't. And he kept like checking back in, stopping, turning back, and coming back and playing back. And I was thinking, he just looked like he lacked a bit of confidence yesterday. I don't know why.
Is that confidence of playing it into KKH though? Because when you're playing it into Tats, he's going to control it immediately, and somebody's going to back off him, and it gives you that. It's an easier gamble to get round him.
I think
maybe. Yeah.
I think part of that is also missing Torp. And I think we've talked about Torp influencing games at certain times, but he's an option in the middle who, again, you can just give the ball to. It's not quite Grimes. The way he drives forward and brings the ball forward and progresses as a team, and the goal threat he brings. I think if you take the 2 players who Milan links up with the most in Torp and Sakamoto out the team, and then you add a Rodoni who was rusty in there, he didn't have any of his reliable players around him almost.
Yeah, I think it's just
I think Torp was a massive miss.
I do as well. Yeah.
I agree.
Did you see Lampard's interview and the question about him?
No, what did he say?
He was asked why Torp wasn't involved, and then he kind of went, I don't know, sick or something. I don't know. And it was a bit weird. The answer was very weird. I thought, oh, that's strange.
Talking of Lampard,
did it come across like he was moaning about it, or as in?
I don't know. It wasn't like
calling him out a little bit or something.
Yeah, it wasn't like a convincing Oh, Victor's not very well. He's ill. Also, it was like a quick, I don't know, sick or something. I don't know. He just played it right down, and then they moved on to the next question.
I did watch a bit of Lampard's post-match press that he
Oh,
did at Portman Road, and
I think he
I
was
loved
bang
it.
on. Yeah,
I
and
love
me.
the way he was just like, I hate losing. I'm a really
Yeah,
bad loser. I
yeah.
love that. I absolutely loved it.
When he come over at the end, and he was like, all the fans were singing, "We've got Super Frankie Lampard," all clapping the players off. I mean, you can't not one fan can get on the backs after losing away at
No,
Ipswich with
no.
their squad's values what and their players are on what money. You can't get on at them. It wasn't a 3-0. It was a tight 1-0 really. And then yeah, the Lampard was putting his like one finger up saying it's just one game, just one defeat and all this will move on kind of thing. And then yeah, I thought fair play.
Two defeats in 12 games, and this is why the run we went on was so important, because we are going to lose games, and we'll probably lose games in December. I also think it's massively important now that we have this kind of net zero thing against Ipswich when we play them on the 29th December.
Yeah.
I don't want us to lose. We have to go and beat them now at home, and I think we can. But I would have taken 2 draws in these games against Ipswich. Now we need to get our own back when we play them later in December.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good that mate. They're nothing special at all. You
No,
know,
but with that squad depth, you're going to get results, and they probably will be in the top 2. We
but
just need to
again,
make sure we're there with them.
we talk about the squad depth, don't we? Again,
Yeah.
Yeah,
again,
a couple more injuries for us in this current squad, and
Yeah.
we're bare bones, aren't we?
We need to get somebody in. I keep hearing about that Mane. Apparently, there's a medical book now. He's coming, blah blah. I keep hearing about it all the time, but they need to get people in like him, wingers, pace. We need to take the pressure off some of these lads. They need 2 or 3 in. Go and
Good.
get some loans if you need to. We keep talking about it all the time, but we definitely lacking a little bit at the minute. Just when you're getting injuries, there's going to be more to come. We'd be foolish to think there's not going to be more injuries to come. Talking of which, returning players, had you right, Simon. Go.
Yeah, he looked lack of anything, lack of fitness, lack of sharpness, if I'm being kind. He yeah, left wing, difficult game to come into, but didn't do anything, did he?
No, I think sharpness is the right word. There was a couple of times it come to him, and before he sorted his touch out, he was tackled. I think, I don't know. That'll come with games, won't it? Hopefully.
Yeah.
If we're giving Rodoni grace for coming back, we've got to do the same with Hadji.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the Tin Man, isn't he? We just got to get him up to speed, man, quickly, because we're going to need him over this festive period.
But it's good that he got some minutes on.
That's what I'm saying. And again, he got into some all right positions, and you're like, come on, get shot off.
Weird seeing him on the left again. How often he's played on the left under Frank? Must be a handful of minutes.
True.
Throw back to the Robbins era, wouldn't it?
Would you have gone 2 or 3 up top for the last 10? You might as well.
I think they did, didn't they? Didn't they put Mason Clark as a? It looked. I don't know. It looked like
feel
they
like that
pushed
to
him
me.
up
It felt
top.
like we were kind of keeping the shape a little bit, just gambling a bit more.
I think it was Mason Clark on the right, Kai in the 10, and Hadji on the left is what it kind of felt like, but they were being a bit more, trying to be a bit more attacking.
I'd have just put Thomas and Sims and Wright up there and just started going long, trying to feed off, because it was working all right, but it's like you might as well throw the sink at it at that point at 2-0 down.
Yeah, I agree with you, but you know, whatever. So it's
I'll tell you what, their fan base is absolutely dead. There's nothing from them at all. Honestly, we were right on the front line next to them, and they don't sing. I think they were singing blues or something at 2 or 3-0. I can't remember, but before that there was nothing, not one song. And I just thought, I hope that doesn't happen to us. If we go up and come back down, I hope it doesn't kill us as an atmosphere, because the CBS it can be rocking. It's brilliant. We've got loads of songs. They had nothing at all. It was awful.
There's that thing of, I wouldn't throw them in the same boat as Norwich. They'll be very offended by that. But there's that thing of when you go up and you achieve it, and then you realise that the Premier League isn't all it's cracked up to be. When you go back down, you're not that excited about trying to get back up. You want to win games.
Yeah, it might be
but
that.
how much do you actually want to be in the Premier League? I don't know how much they're actually bothered about it.
Yeah.
And that's the state of football right now.
Yeah, the grounds, I really like the ground. Proper
Were you
old
top
school
tier
ground.
or bottom?
Top tier. Top tier.
Standard. That's what he is. He's top tier.
Top tier, mate.
And that under the chocolate bar.
That's it.
Top deck.
Top 10.
Talking of the Championship, by the way, it was big wins for Middlesbrough. They won 5-1 on Friday night at Hull. Millwall won yesterday as well, closing the gap on us. Ipswich obviously won. Preston drew 1-1 with Wrexham, and we'll preview our game with them later in the show. But
Southampton, sorry, what was crap with that? I didn't see any results from yesterday.
Southampton, I'm just checking for you now. They won 3-1 at home to Birmingham.
Starting to comment though.
Yeah, they've got 5 wins out of 6. They've given Tonda Eckert the job on a permanent basis due to that form. And yeah, if anyone thinks, title's done and dusted and we're promoted, this weekend is a healthy reminder that we're not. And I think almost it's a result that we can take the positives of, that we needed it. We don't know resting on our laurels. We've had a really good start to the season, but we're not even halfway through yet. And other teams are doing pretty well as well. So, Preston on Tuesday, we need to go there and put a mark down. And any further comments on the Ipswich game, and then we'll have a break and do listener questions.
For those that were there, the stewards were a shambles as well.
Oh, gee, I wanted to ask you about this. I saw a tweet saying it was pretty dangerous in the stairwells and stuff.
It was, yeah. We
were
trying to get up. I think we got there just as it started kicking off. They held us all in the stairwell for about 10, 15 minutes before the game. It was absolutely mobbed. People were getting a bit rowdy with the stewards in general, because they were just wanted to check every single ticket before they'd let you up to the stairs out into the stands. Oh. And then, a lad I was with, Eddie, went for a wee halfway through the first half, and they wouldn't let him back up. In the end, he was like, he had to go and find his ticket, and then he had to come back, and then they'd let him up. It was really awkward. Really
How do
awkward.
they think people are getting into the stadium?
I don't know. You've already scanned your ticket. You've already in that stand. I don't know. It was really odd. Is it
that classic thing though of who's sitting where and all that stuff?
No, it weren't even that, John, because they weren't doing that out in the stand itself. They were just standing in the stand, in the stairwells, just blocking anyone from going up and checking every single ticket, and it just got mobbed.
That needs to be changed, because if it's a safety concern, those concourses in those old grounds are pretty tight as well.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
So
just treating you like cattle, weren't they? The farmers.
Yeah,
the tractor boys. Right. Any other thoughts on Ipswich, or are we done?
Yeah. Look, chances were there. 3-0's nonsense. Defeat was coming for a while. If we're going to play the way we are, we're going to be susceptible to counter attacks, and that's fine. I'm all right with that. We've been riding our luck a little bit. That's a good warning, though, Si. You're absolutely right. Little rap on the end of the nose, right? Regroup now. Let's see what we're made of. Happened at Wrexham, we bounced back. We got to bounce back again Tuesday. Segue.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we will. Taking what, 5,000? Is that what we've sold?
Yeah. Be like a home game, wouldn't it, up there?
Oh, it should be. Yeah, I think we'll bounce back Tuesday. We'll get our first win at Preston. Come on, the boys.
Calm down, Jig. Calm down. Right, we'll do the Preston preview and listener questions after this quick break.
It's been some season from Cov so far. Brilliant stuff, even if our heart rates might disagree. Whether you're feeling inspired to get a bit fitter, or you just want something to help you look after your well-being while following Cov every week, Training Today is a brilliant way to stay on top of how your body is coping. And the timing's perfect, because we've just released Training Today version 4, which includes a brand new feature showing you how your fitness is changing over time, so you can actually see the progress you're making, even on the days it doesn't feel obvious. It links to your Apple Watch and gives you a daily readiness score, so you know when your body's up for a bit more training, when to take it steady, and when to give yourself a proper rest. And the dynamic workouts adjust automatically to how recovered you are. No guesswork, no stress. There's an exclusive offer for that CovPod listeners, a full year for $14.99, and it even supports family sharing, so everyone at home can use it for that same amazing price. Just head to trainingtodayapp.com/thatcovpod. That's trainingtodayapp.com/thatcovpod. And if Cov keep up this incredible form and you find yourself in January quietly eyeing up a mankini for a certain run around Memorial Park, then Training Today is the perfect app to build you up gently, keep you feeling good, and help you take it on at a pace that works for you. Training Today keeps you ready.
Hello guys, welcome back to That Cov Pod, and we've got listener questions to answer from you. Thanks for sending them in as always. Also, as I requested last time, if you're not following us on Spotify, please make sure you click the follow button on there and the notification bell as well. It means you get the episodes as quickly as I can upload them. Kolski says, what do you think we need to do in January? If we are going to improve the team, we need someone better than one of our first 11, more than 3 injuries, and our levels drop massively. Who would be your ideal signing? I believe Simon said Grimes this time last year. John,
Well,
where are we
well,
thinking?
Did you add that bit in yourself, Simon? That end bit?
Yeah, of course I did.
Yeah. Made a little pencil note. I think on that basis, then we should probably throw it back to you, Simon.
Well, I think he says that we need somebody to improve the team better than one of the first 11. And I don't know if I agree with that, given what we've done so far this season. I think when we've got our first 11 fit, we have more than enough to win enough games to get us promoted this season. I think it's when we have injuries, we need suitable replacements in certain areas. Again, I'd go back to a loan. I don't have the name to bring you off the top of my head. I'll do some research and bring you a couple of names on Tuesday. But I think we need to look in the loan market and get a Premier League loan in that number 10 position. And I said it again yesterday. And how many times I've said this season? What we needed yesterday was somebody like Casey Palmer to come off the bench and take a risk. And he didn't play every minute. And I liked Casey Palmer. He wasn't the solution. We shouldn't have kept him at the club, I don't think. But somebody like that who's going to take a risk, shrug off a challenge, get into those pockets, win a foul, play those balls through. It's the player we need and the player we've lacked since we got rid of O'Hare and Palmer. The fact we've got to the top of the league and won so many games this season without a player like that is massively, massively impressive. But especially with Radoni's injury issues, we are lacking that. BTA's done amazingly to score as many goals as he has. He's not that player. Eccles, I think, has done really well lately as well. He's not that player. That's what we're missing.
Yeah, I agree. I think the 10, we've highlighted the 10 before, haven't we? That we've never replaced it. It gives you another option as well, rather than out and out wingers that we've been using. And we've got one fit in winger at the minute, and we're struggling.
I think that's another point, Jig.
Yeah,
we probably need another winger, given Tats has been injured. What's going on with Tats? Concussion again, did they say? He's missed 2 weeks now with apparent concussion, which
that's the one thing
weird.
With a minute. It's the lack of communication with stuff like that. It's just annoying.
It's GDPR, John.
It's just nonsense.
We don't have the access to that information. But yeah, no, I don't. I think with the injury issues with Sakamoto and Mason Clark in the past, we probably need another winger as well. Hopefully, maybe that guy that you mentioned, John, can come in and help us out a bit.
We said it for ages that we needed 10. We need like 20, 25-minute merchants that can come on and impact. Someone wide with pace to burn. Someone in that like pivot in inverted comma role, half turn, take gambles. They're the two key. Everyone's like, what if Grimes gets injured though? You need another Grimes. Find me another Grimes.
We ain't getting another Grimes.
Where are you getting the Grimes from?
Yeah, I think the fact that Kessler Hayden started right wing and he is just our backup right back, let's not forget that. We only got 2 right backs and he's one of them. It's almost like the situation where we were getting to the FA Cup latter stages and like Latibodio was playing right back and Milan was playing right wing. It's like, we need options. If Sakamoto is not playing, who is playing there? Because it didn't work yesterday.
Surely he's back in the squad in the next 7 days, Sakamoto.
Oh, you'd hope so, but I can't rely on it. He could get a more serious injury than that, couldn't he?
Is that when you go to like a 3 or a 5-3-2 though?
I think so. But then what do you do with Mason Clark when he's playing well? Stick him up front.
It's a big pitch though, Preston, isn't it, as well? So you probably could do something like that there.
Yeah, possibly. Mouse says, it feels to me as if Rudy slows our attack down at the moment. No doubt he has magic in his feet, but we don't see him as fluid going forward because he wants time on the ball. Thoughts?
He looked big yesterday, not like overweight big, just big, muscly big. I know he's quite a big lad anyway.
I thought he was massive against Charlton when he came on. Like, he's put muscle on.
That always happens though. When these lads banging out the gym when they're trying to get back, they're just trying to get fit. They want to do something. They're in and around the training ground. They go in. And often they don't listen to who's telling them what, but also they need to do strength and conditioning. So initially you do bulk slightly and then you lean out, don't you? Once you start getting, it's just minutes with Radoni. Yes, he's getting caught a little bit on the ball. Yes, he is slowing it down slightly, but the quality is unbelievable when he's at full tilt. And we've got to get him to full tilt.
Do you think there's something subconscious in there with his shoulder as well? Because last week he was holding it towards the end of the game.
Let's be real. How many of you lot got a text saying that he was out and he was having surgery? Like, I think everyone got that text message, and all of a sudden it's another miraculous recovery. He's out there again, isn't he? So it's like, there's a lot of noise coming out, but not the right noise.
Do you want a name for someone we could go for in January?
Go on then, Simon.
So Bristol City's Anis Mehmeti, he's 24 this season, 6 goals, 6 assists in 19 matches, plays in a front three. They play with a back three most of the time as well. He's a very interesting winger forward wide man. The reason I bring him up is because his contract expires at the end of this season. And I just wonder if it'd be worth getting on the phone to him and Bristol City and wondering if we could turn his maybe even an end of season freebie. Wonder if we could tempt him to leave Bristol City. I think they are trying to get him to sign a new contract, but it hasn't happened yet. And he would be a really good signing and a really good age profile as well.
There you go. Doug, if you're listening, Stone Cold Dean Austin.
What did we say? I said about Wolfenden, he'd be good. He's not been amazing so far.
You got Grimes right.
I'd stick to the Grimes one at this point.
Grimes Wolfenden, get Mehmeti because we'll have him definitely. Let me get another few questions up here. I was too busy on Google trying to remember his name. Richard Overson has sent in a question. Legend. Do you think Kessa Hayden's only position is right wing back or right back? Clearly showed how much the championship takes out of the players, but 2 defeats by December take that all the time. Ref bottled it, booked Josh too early. What is the rule when the keeper is last man handles outside the box? I think we've covered the outside the box thing in terms of him not denying a goal scoring opportunity.
I think on that though, I don't know at the time. I didn't think that. I kind of felt like there was a defender coming round the back of him as well.
That's
So
what the ref must have thought.
Yeah, I'm not sure about last man. I agree with Rich though. 2 defeats at this point in the season, unbelievable.
And Kessa Hayden, right wing back or right back? Would you try him at right wing again? Or
that's what he is. I think he was maybe bought in because we thought we were going to lose Milan, though, right?
Yeah, but also we did need a backup right back.
I don't mind Cake. I've seen him enough at Preston and Villa to know there's some player in there. I think he's just not had enough minutes, and he struggled a bit yesterday. Should do better with that header. Got with the target, 50-50. Technically good player though. He's quick. Just confidence and minutes, mate, and playing in your right position consistently.
I'd give him another go at Deepdale. It's good ground for him. Back at his former club where he was very successful. He won Player of the Year there, remember?
I think he won about 3-4 awards last year there, didn't he?
Yeah, scooped up every award they had going, I think. Sky Blues Hub says, do you fear we could go on a winless run of like 5-6 games in a row? No. Jig?
I just hope that yesterday isn't like psychological to the players. I don't think Frank will let it be. I think he'll be on the case of. I mean, he said it in his post-match interview. We weren't bad. We were controlling the game. We were having the chances. 3-0 flatters them. If anything, we should have been leading that going into half-time. I think if we stick to our morals and laurels and play as we know,
it's good.
And that play how we know we can play for that, like we did for that first 40 yesterday. We'll be fine against Preston.
Yeah, I think it's a great chance to bounce back. I think when we lost, David's put, when we lost deservedly versus Wrexham, there was a talk of Cov being found out. We went on a winning run. I think it was 5 in a row we won after Wrexham. How confident are you that we can bounce back again after this loss? Yeah, I think, as I said a bit earlier in the show, it's a massive opportunity now. We've had a bit of a punch on the nose. How do we respond? How do champions respond? How do teams that get promoted respond to a big defeat, to a parachute payment team? You go to Preston, a place we've not won since the dawn of time, and we go and beat them, John.
Yeah. I expect nothing less than 4 points from the next 2 games. I think the camaraderie is so strong in the squad. The mentality, monsters, Franks, the way that he spoke after the game, Grimes is relaxed. We're going to lose some games. We're going to bounce back. But again, psychologically, these next 2 are massive for us because we always said we've been pointing out this run for a while. This little run of games here, crucial to how easy the battle is to get into these automatic positions. And I always say the automatic positions. I don't care if we win the league. I'll just keep watching third. That's the key thing for me. I don't like being up there to be shot at. I think we're better as underdogs. But we'll see what they're made of now over the next couple of games. Crucial games.
Preston away, Bristol City at home, Southampton away, next three. Yeah, that really, really difficult. You say 4 points from the next two. What would you take from the next three?
What was the third game, Simon? Sorry.
Southampton away.
My kid was just delighted that I'd done Stinky the Elf playing Hungry Hippos with all of her other toys. It's unbelievable. She just ran in and went, "You ain't going to believe what's happened with Stinky the Elf." And I was like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure I already know, but go on, tell me."
What's Stinky the Elf? Is this like you have to explain that to me.
It's like a little elf that we kind of put around the house as if he's alive when she's not. Mate, have a kid, so you'll find out, mate. One of the many trappings of having a child. But yeah. So who's the third game? I digress. Go
on. Southampton away.
Oh God!
That's what I mean.
I'd take 5 points.
Unbeaten. Can we do unbeaten over those three, Jake?
I think we can. I don't see why we can't. I think if we get something at Preston, we'll get a bit of momentum back. I think we're very good at home. We could beat Bristol at home, and then that takes you to Southampton, and it depends then on who's available, what team we've got to pick from. I think really, because they'll come good. We said they'll come good. We know Ipswich are going to come good. They've got the squads. They've got the depth.
We just need to keep nicking wins and points, don't we? So, what do you think over the next three?
I think we get 6 points. I think we win the next two, and then lose at Southampton. And I think that's absolutely fine. It's better to win games and lose games than draw games in terms of amassing points, which is all we need to do now. Jig, we're not the Invincibles. That's been proven. So let's stop trying to draw games and win games.
We're the Inevitables, mate. We're gonna go up.
The Inevitables is a new one there. I got a question. I know Simon's got a question he wants to ask as well. It's like, win or lose, were you on the booze, Jig? How many Madry was sunk yesterday, and what time did you get in last night?
I drove to the game.
Oh,
M6 A14.
So
Yeah. I had 2 pints yesterday. That was it.
What time did you get in?
10:30. I went and watched DJ McNulty and Tush at Mills's for a bit, and then I come home.
Every Saturday night down Mills's.
Oh dearie me! I had a message, by the way.
I think that's why we might have lost, Si, because Jig weren't on the Madries.
Jig weren't on the Madries, and I'm not in the country.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Hang on a minute. We had a load of people who were also in Bratislava asking where Simon was watching the game. He's got a fan club. We need to talk about this fandom.
Yeah, they wanted to meet up with you, Si. They were like, "We heard that Simon's in Bratislava." I sent you the message, didn't I?
Yeah, unfortunately, I just ended up watching it. I only just arrived here yesterday.
No. You're on a romantic weekend.
Yeah. A very romantic weekend where I didn't want to go and watch. To be fair, I don't even know where we could have watched the game. But anyway, it didn't happen for one reason or another. But I tell you what, if anyone's in Vienna in 2-3 days' time, I'll meet you there.
God, look at him here, Phileas Fogg.
He's putting me to shame. I need to get some more holidays booked.
I know. Quite the travelling. Right.
I'm quite happy with you getting the limelight, Simon, after Beckett Gate. You carry on, mate.
Yes. Hey, that was a brilliant. You're the star, John. Well done for bringing that up. I would have included the clip here, but I'm not going to edit it on holiday. But superstar John Dawkins.
When he voice noted me that, I thought, something's going on here. Because I've had it before. I had, who did I have ring me up? I had Charlie XCX ring me up from Radio 1 once. And I thought, she sounds odd here. And I thought, something's going on here. And I was live on Radio 1. And I realised straight away. So I just had her on toast live on air. And then when he messaged me that, I thought, that's so weird. Like, it's just
too sharp, too aware of it.
Do you know what I mean? I just know what's going on, mate.
I think it was he finished the voice note with "I miss you."
When he said that, I thought he was sat with we've got a mutual mate. And I thought, I bet he sat with him and they're having me on toast over there. Well, guess what, mate? I got the butter and I got the jam. I'm the winner here. 1-0.
Can't wait to see him back at the CBS.
He'll be back, mate. He actually did get in touch yesterday as well about getting back up, so he'll be back. There'll be others coming as well, mate. We'll roll them out. They just want to meet Simon Lillebury and James Jigmaster General Darlaston.
Having a Madry with Jig.
Assistant to the regional manager.
Yeah. Team for Preston away. What would you do? Any changes? Back five? Jig, what are we thinking?
I think I'd try that, depending on whether Sakamoto's back fit or not. I think and available. If we've only got the one winger, I'd maybe look at a 5 and try and get Mason Clark maybe in that 10 role behind Sims probably Sims. I'd start with Sims still. I don't think Wright's fully match fit yet to start a game. But yeah, I'd maybe look at a 5 at the back and get Van Erwijk pushing up a bit more in that right wing position. He needs a bit more. I don't know what happened yesterday. He just didn't look confident.
Is it Van Erwijk or Van?
Oh God, Van Erwijk! I keep doing it, don't I?
Just call him Milan. It's fine.
MVE.
Milan.
MVE. That's I stuck with that for years. MVE. I can't do it.
Yeah, John. What about you? I don't know.
I'd stick to what we've got, and if Tatsi's fit, bring him in.
Yeah, if Tats is fit, then you've got your 2 wingers, haven't you? And you can go with that.
And Torp, obviously.
Have to wait and see if he's recovered from his mysterious illness.
Yeah, he's still got a tickly cough. We'll see.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, obviously, if Torp's fit and Sakamoto's fit, bring him back in. Hopefully, with Tats, it's not like a muscle injury or anything, so he shouldn't need minutes off the bench. And just throw him straight in. That would be ideal, wouldn't it? Yeah. And then, you hinted at it earlier, Jig. Are we gonna actually do it? We're gonna finally win at Deepdale. By the way, Deepdale memories. Were you there for Frank Moose's 97th minute equaliser in the Brazil kit?
Oh, that was unreal. Yeah, no, I wasn't there. No, but I remember.
I was there for that one.
Yeah.
What a goal! No. One of my all-time favourite Cov goals. That because we'd played so badly that game as well.
Yeah,
he scored some goals. He did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
What was it was at Northampton. Was it against Leyton Orient? The step over chip.
Absolutely.
I loved Frank Musa. What a player he was.
What happened to him?
Jig, you talk about what you think's going to happen at Preston. I'll Google Frank Musa.
Have a little Google. Go on.
Oh, shit. I think we're going to win 2-1, but I think it's going to be a very tight game. I don't think goals are going to come as easy to us as what they were. Mainly because we're not at full strength. We don't look at full fitness. I think it's just getting the massive games is killing us a bit at the minute. But it's the same for everyone, though. It's just our squad depth is probably a bit thinner than other teams.
Sorry to interrupt you. This is absolutely amazing. So Frank Musa, he played for us. Then he went to Charlton, Southend, Walsall, Gillingham. Last played for Gillingham in 2018. Had to retire due to a knee injury, age 30. And do you know what he's doing now? Working at NatWest.
Oh, wow.
The banker.
Where?
The banker.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you've said the word the banker and Deal or No Deal is back. Is he the banker?
He's the banker from Deal or No Deal. I'm trying to think of a pun, but I can't at all. Yeah, there you go.
Mate, I wonder where though. I wonder if he's actually at like NatWest HQ or he's actually in a branch.
He's almost certainly earning more than he did when he played for us.
That's absolutely wasn't hard at the time, was it? I don't think.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I didn't realise that at all. So you went for a 2-1 win, Jig, did you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember that was multitasking there.
I know. Are we going to do it, John?
Are we going to do what?
Win at Preston. That's what we're talking about. Come on.
Yeah, we will, because Frank's breaking all the hoodoos, the voodoos, the you-doos. He's just breaking the records, isn't he? So I think we can go there, and we've got to go there thinking, can we beat Preston? Yeah, we can beat anyone.
I'm trying to look at our record there.
It's shocking. There you go. That's a record.
Yeah, it is absolutely shocking. I can't even see when our last win against them was. Obviously, we beat them at home last season.
You have a look at that quickly. I'm going to ask Jig a question. Jig,
go on.
What meat for your roast today?
Ooh, as it's getting close to Christmas, I might go for a little turkey roast.
Oh, that's poor from you. So
Are you making that yourself?
No. I'll be going out.
No one likes turkey, mate, and it's just a necessary.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, but you don't. It makes you tired afterwards. Little bit of Moses Kiptanui, a little kip at the end.
It's the driest meat.
Yeah, it's pony, mate. What would you?
I'm a big gravy fan.
I'd rather eat an actual pony than a turkey.
Well, you might be out there.
I probably will be. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting a Sunday roast here. What I had yesterday was a langos from the Christmas markets, which was a bit of fried bread, sour cream, bacon bits, and the most amount of garlic any human has consumed in one sitting.
That's so weird. I seen one of them on the telly the other day at a German Christmas market, and I thought, that looks all right, to be fair.
It was delicious. But yeah, I don't think we've ever won at Preston, by the way. I'll scroll back enough.
3 years. It's ridiculous the amount of time. I can't remember what it was, but yeah.
Well, guess what? We're going to win. That's it. I've said it here, right now.
Score prediction, John.
We will beat them 3-1.
We beat them 3-1 in the League Cup on the 19th of September 2000, but I don't think we've beaten them in the league ever.
3-1. We're going to go 1-0 down, and then you're going to see, right, enough now. Let's go.
Oh, I just don't know. I'm not there, so we are going to win. 1-0.
The old lucky charm.
Yeah, the old lucky charm of me not watching us at Preston. We're going to win 1-0. Bobby Thomas, 95th minute, bundling in from a Milan long throw.
Oh, I like that. Bundling in. I like that. Not a screamer or anything.
No, remember Ben Wilson's goal at Blackburn?
Yeah.
It's going to be exactly like that. He might even handball it in. It's going to happen.
What did you say?
2-1. 2-1, a tight game, 2-1.
So we're all back in wins.
We're all back in wins, yeah.
We're back in the boys and we're back in Frank. Yesterday was a blip. It's all good. Maintain.
Absolutely.
We're not jumping on them.
Yeah.
It was good to see yesterday, Frank and them not standing there and having that with the fans, and the fans knowing, we're such a we're a bad fan base when we lose, and I'm right up there with one of the worst where I start ripping into them. But that was good yesterday.
7 points clear still. We can't. It doesn't matter if we lose.
But you kind of set standards, don't you? I mean, we always say about like what do we need? What are the levels to stay in that top two? You know what I mean? And that's where I hold them all the time. That's why I always try and find problems.
It's been a very well reasoned and not moany pod, I think. Given we lost 3-0. Well done, guys. Good performance. Well done.
Yes, you could get stuck into them, but I don't think they deserve it yet.
No, they don't. Absolutely don't. I think they still created yesterday. I think they controlled the first. If we'd have been there for 90 odd minutes, you could have a gripe about it. We went up to Middlesbrough, got railroaded, and then turned them over. And in Ipswich, we controlled the first half in large parts, and we created some all right chances in the second half yesterday. And we've got a lot of players out. You talk about 30 goals out yesterday. Taught BTA right on the bench, Tats out. That's a lot of firepower. And then you've got other players in that are slightly rusty or coming back. It's all right.
Do you think Doug looks at that and thinks, we do need to add in January?
He knows that anyway. He has to gamble. Looking at the situation we're in, you can't just be like, oh, it might be okay. This is the time, isn't it? This is the season.
Yeah, this is it now. If Bamford, that's it. All them other clubs around us are starting to kind of look at us now and hunting us down, and they're going to be adding. There's no doubt about it. And if we don't, if you're a betting man at this point, which I think Doug is, you've got to gamble in January. You have to. You'd be criminal not to.
Bamford scored again yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah, well, that's a good example, isn't it? I mean, if Bamford is telling the truth, who knows? I think it was probably the right call from Doug at that point, but you can't not. If Frank really wanted him, if Frank comes again and wants something and you don't give it him again, then that could become a problem. So, if Frank wants something in January, you got to give it him, mate.
What Frankie wants, Frankie gets.
Yeah.
And that's any other comments? Jig, you got a little smirk on your face there.
Yeah,
you enjoyed that one?
Frankie says relax. That's what he said
yesterday.
At the end of the game.
Or Frankie goes somewhere else.
Frankie goes to Hollywood. Might be him going to Wrexham.
There you go.
Oh, by the way, thatcovpod.com. Some very smart hoodies on there. I know firsthand, actually, because I've got one now of my own. Fantastic quality. If you want a Christmas present, it's not too late, is it, Jig, for you to get them delivered?
No. There's even Frankie says relax t-shirts on there as well. Frank says relax. So there you go. Yeah.
Good stuff. If you're on your dog walk, it's all right. We've lost a game of football. We're going to go to Preston in midweek, and we're going to absolutely batter them. It's time for us to get back on track. Don't worry about it. It's one game. We're still going to go up. It's still going to be all fine. And we'll are we going to be back with a midweek pod? We'll try and do one, won't we?
Yeah.
You going, Jig, to Preston?
I'm going. Yeah. So we'll have to do it
at some point. We will get a short chat out after the Preston game, and we'll see you then. Thanks for listening.